All right, let's dive right into this exam-focused masterclass where we're going to absolutely demystify complex strategic and process change frameworks. Look, if you're gearing up for a high-stakes test on business strategy, you know that understanding how organizations handle change isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential. We're going to break down the exact models you need to know, giving you the memorable examples that will actually stick in your brain for exam day.
So, we've all heard the classic adapt or die dilemma, right? Every modern business faces it. But when the time actually comes to adapt to massive external pressures, what do you do? Do you take tiny, safe baby steps to fix things, or do you literally blow the whole thing up and start from scratch? Well, the frameworks we're about to explore are the ultimate cheat codes for this exact problem. They give leaders the blueprint to figure out exactly how much change is needed and how fast it needs to happen without accidentally destroying the company in the process.
Here's our roadmap for this explainer. 1. Drivers of strategic change. 2. The Belugan Change Matrix. 3. Harmon's Process Strategy Matrix. 4. Redesigning business processes. And 5. The Poppet 4-View model.
Okay, Section 1. Drivers of strategic change. Basically, what forces companies to adapt in the first place? Before you can manage change, you've got to diagnose why it's even happening. So I'm going to quickly fire off these 4 massive drivers of change, and I want you to lock them in. Number 1, changes in technology. Think disruptive tech that just completely upends an industry overnight. Number 2, environmental concerns. Society demanding sustainable, green business models. Number 3, changing customer behaviors, like that massive, unstoppable shift from retail stores to online shopping. And number 4, data-driven decision models. The sheer rise of big data is forcing companies to react instantly. Keep these 4 punchy factors in your back pocket. They are the massive external triggers that make every other framework we talk about necessary.
Section 2. The Belugan Change Matrix. Mapping the scope and nature of change.
Okay, before we even look at the matrix itself, you absolutely must remember this critical definition for your exam. Realignment means changing your strategy, but, and this is key, keeping your existing company culture intact. Transformation, on the other hand, means total upheaval. We're talking a totally new strategy and a completely new culture. Grasping the difference between tweaking the culture and blowing it up is the absolute key to unlocking our first major framework.
So to reconstruct the Belugan and Hope-Haley matrix from memory, just lock in the 2 axes. The horizontal axis is the scope of change. That's your realignment versus transformation we just talked about. The vertical axis is the nature of change, basically the speed. Is it incremental, taking baby steps, or is it a rapid Big Bang approach? Memorize these 2 variables, and you've got the cheat code to draw this entire matrix on test day. If you do an incremental realignment, that's just simple adaptation. But if external forces push you into a rapid Big Bang transformation, boom, you're in a revolution.
And honestly, the UK's Royal Mail brilliantly illustrates this theory in action. Picture this, a 500-year-old institution facing massive external drivers. Letter volumes are tanking, parcel volumes are absolutely exploding, and they've just lost their monopoly. This extreme pressure forced a complete revolution, a rapid, Big Bang transformation backed by a £1.8 billion investment plan. They completely overhauled their culture and operations to focus on parcels, but now, as they're building fully automated hubs and rolling out parcel postboxes, that frantic revolution is settling into an ongoing evolution. It's the perfect, highly memorable example to use on your exam.
Moving to Section 3. Harmon's Process Strategy Matrix. We are zooming into specific strategic business units.
Paul Harmon gave us a fantastic tool for deciding what on earth to do with specific business processes. But just like the last model, you need to lock the axes into your brain first. The vertical axis is process complexity. Simply put, how intellectually challenging and dynamic is the task? The horizontal axis is strategic importance. How much actual value does this specific task add to the ultimate success of the business unit?
Right. So how do these axes intersect to give you 4 distinct strategies? Well, if a process is low importance and low complexity, think basic data entry, you automate it. If it's low importance but highly complex, like tax compliance, you outsource it to an expert. If it's highly important but relatively simple, you automate it for sheer competitive efficiency. But look at the top right. If it's highly important and highly complex, you focus your best resources right there on human-based improvements. You keep it in-house and you guard it with your life.
Okay, time for an interactive test-yourself pause. Let's look at a fictional company, Belgravia Shoes. They make exclusive, elite, handmade men's shoes. But their back office is a complete disaster. They're using manual accounting ledgers,
Their accountant keeps messing up the highly complex payroll and getting the company fined, and they overproduce stock. Mentally apply Harmon's matrix to these outdated processes right now. What are you going to automate? What are you outsourcing? And what do you absolutely leave alone?
And here are the exam-perfect answers. For accounting, it's low strategic importance and relatively low complexity for a trained pro, so you just automate it with software. For payroll, tax laws make it highly complex, but guess what? It doesn't sell shoes, so it's low strategic importance. You outsource it to a bureau, so you stop getting fined. But here's the trick question: manufacturing. Sure, a machine could easily make the shoes, but the brand's entire elite image relies on them being handmade. Therefore, its strategic importance is completely off the charts. You absolutely do not automate the shoemaking, you keep it manual.
Section 4. Redesigning business processes, fixing the micro workflows.
If you're asked to define this concept on a test, commit this Gartner definition to memory. Business Process Management, or BPM, is a management practice that governs a business's processes to improve agility and operational performance. Basically, it's about consciously designing the way work gets done, step by step, to actually add value instead of just doing things because that's how we've always done them.
To truly understand BPM, let's consider the workflow for a publisher we'll call Dairy Co. If we map out their process, you'd instantly spot a massive bottleneck in the administration phase. When authors submit articles, admin staff, who, by the way, are not subject matter experts, are forced to manually enter complex data into a system. Because they aren't experts, mistakes happen. Huge backlogs build up, and the whole system essentially grinds to a halt. It's a complete mess.
So how do we actually fix it? We've got options ranging from simple incremental tweaks to radical overhauls. Number one, we can simplify. Just delay the data entry entirely until the reviewer actually accepts the article, which reduces a ton of useless work. Number two, we can relocate tasks. Take the data entry away from the admin team and give it to the editorial experts who actually understand the content. Or number three, the radical re-engineering pattern. You start with a totally blank sheet of paper and build a portal where the authors input their own data directly. Boom, you eliminate the admin bottleneck entirely.
Section 5. The Poppet 4-View Model, Managing Micro-Change Holistically.
Lock the Poppet triangle into your mind right now so you can recall it effortlessly during your test. Here's the thing, when Dairy Co tries to re-engineer their workflow, they can't just buy a shiny new IT system, plug it in, and call it a day. The Poppet model ensures you never take a narrow, one-dimensional approach to process change. You have to look at the whole picture.
Let's break Poppet down. P is for people. Do your employees actually understand the change and are they motivated to do it? O is for organization. Does the company culture actually support this new way of working and are responsibilities clear? P is for process. Is the new workflow properly documented? And IT is information technology. Does the software flexibly support the new process? Remember this for the exam. Fixing a process is completely useless if the people aren't motivated, the organization is siloed, and the IT system is rigid. You need all four working together.
And that brings us to our final takeaway. Strategic change isn't just about figuring out what to do, it is entirely about how you execute it. Whether you're facing a massive Big Bang revolution on the Balagan matrix, or you're just optimizing a single business unit with Harmon's model, you now have the tools to analyze, adapt, and implement holistically. You are officially equipped with the ultimate frameworks for success. Keep these mental models sharp, remember those exact examples we walked through, and you are going to absolutely crush your exams. So when the next massive crisis hits, what will you do? Will you be ready to redesign? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.